On this podcast, we talk about the books, both old and new, that are worth putting on your to-be-read list. I'll include the back cover synopsis, content warnings, as well as my pro and con list. To avoid any spoilers, head over to my Instagram at enjoylifewithme.angela. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these books. Let's jump in for the day. Today we're going to be talking about Falling in Love with My Vampire Cat by Camilla Evergreen, which is the first book in the series That's Paranormal, which came out September of 2023. The back cover synopsis says, "For 5 long years, I didn't know my cat could turn into a vampire. That means I've spent 5 long years squishing little black toe beans, participating in all-night cuddles, and calling a full-grown man my itty-bitty stinky kitty baby. When my near-death experience forces Zai to tell me the truth about how magic is real, I nope my way right back into my fishbowl. I will not be participating in any tropes, thank you. This is not an fish out of water, enemies to lovers romantasy. This is me, barely functional adult attempting to live my best life, which consists solely of reading books, eating cheese, and falling asleep on the couch. It does not include making friends with werewolf chihuahuas, meeting a moth fairy prince, or defeating a boogeyman. And it absolutely, completely, most definitely does not include falling in love. This is a single point of view fantasy rom-com. It is a forced proximity, he fell first, soulmates, one bed kind of style. And the intimacy is high, still closed door because it fades to black, but there's innuendo, lots of desire talked about, and it's a high intimacy, but it's still definitely a closed door. There wasn't any language. It does say he swore several times, like a lot, but there's never actually any words. The violence was pretty mild. There was blood involved, but nothing crazy. And then as far as potential trigger warnings, the fish out of water, internal struggle, rejection by family and society, loss of a loved one kind of a thing. But like I said, it's a pretty chill rom-com as far as that. So the con I have with this is because it's a new genre for me, I had to do a fair amount of Googling. Like, what is a pixie? What is a dryad? You know, that kind of stuff. But the pro is my husband loves it now that I actually understand kind of more what he's talking about from his video games. So that, benefits as well. As far as the pros, the author has a reader expectations at the beginning of the book. And especially because it's a new author to me, a new genre, it was really comforting to know, like, oh, it fades to black. I'm not going to get any on-page explicit content. So that was really comforting. I loved it. And I wasn't sure you could do a rom-com with fantasy. Just personal experience. It's been over 10 years since I've read a fantasy. And I didn't like them before, but now with this one, I sure as love them. But the writing was really funny, too. You get comments like, I'm an expert in the field of denial, or I don't know how you managed to be so condescending and so comforting at the same time. There was a description that sounded like me where it said Victorian child with cholera pale, and that sounds like me, even in the middle of summer. My favorite one was, who has the nerve? Raise your hand if you have the nerve. Oh, look, my arm has not moved. And it was just so funny, which, counters the brief moments of life-threatening peril. But it also has these really powerful reminders about humanity and treating others with understanding. There's the phrase, "Fey or not, words have power, and popular beliefs aren't facts. It takes effort to see the beauty in the gray." And I just think that this world that she's created is really beautiful. Specifically Pila's house, because she has acorn jars, and that just sounds adorable, and I need to live there immediately. And I did have one thing that I couldn't quite wrap my head around, so maybe someone can help me out here. They have to support themselves in the human world, but they don't have jobs. And while Willow got a good sized inheritance, the other Fae don't, and I don't know how that all works out. But like I said, this is a new genre for me. And I'm going to end here with the review I posted on Goodreads after reading this. This is my first attempt at fantasy in over a decade, and I could not ask for a better introduction to it. You get all of the sizzle of a closed-door romance, the giggling eye rolls of a comedy, and the interest of a fantasy with none of the everyone dying drama. I love the positive light that the neurodivergency is viewed through magic. Beautiful concept and powerful reminders of how everyone needs kind understanding. I can't wait to see how the rest of this series unfolds. So I hope you're going to jump over to Instagram at enjoylifewithme.angela and share your thoughts. If you've read this author before, if you've read this series before, it's not a complete series, it's still coming out. The 4th one comes out the end of this month. I'd love to talk to you about it because I'm very much obsessed with this right now. And if you have other closed door fantasy rom-coms, I'd love to hear your suggestions as well. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.